Let's get back to the lesson. So this woman, this seamstress, she was embroidering flowers on a satin gown for the loveliest of the queen's maids of honor. What do you understand by maids of honor? You might have seen people getting married, right? Women getting married. So that time you will see so many girls standing this side, girls standing that side. Those are called maids of honor. Honor means what? Respect. They are maids, but they will be getting respect. Why? Because they have this special place, and their place is next to queen. Whereas in marriages, their place is next to the bride. So they are called maid of honor of brides. Okay. So these people, these women, these unmarried women who stand right next to, yes, come in, who stand right next to brides, or the ones who stand next to the important person, unmarried women, they are called as maids of honor. Remember that. Okay. So this queen's maids of honor to wear at the next court ball. So ball is coming up. So this lady was given with the work of stitching. Yes. Now then what happened? Okay, fine. She is doing all that. Then so what? And how were her hands, children? Her face is thin and worn. I forgot to read this. Yes. And she has coarse red hands, all prickled by the needle, for she is a seamstress. Yes. Coarse means what? Rough. Her hands are very rough. Why did they become rough? Because they were prickled. Prickled means?
The needle.
Yeah. The needle made all those marks on her hand, which made them rough. See, if you people keep writing with pen or pencil, if you keep doing that, if you feel your fingers over here and here, you'll find it very coarse. Feel them for yourself. The finger which you use for writing, just feel that finger where your pen or pencil you would place. You would place it generally over here, right? So feel over there, it is very rough, coarse, dry. That is because of the worn out skin over there. The skin becomes very worn out in the sense it becomes very tired, as you said. But in general, the skin becomes rough. That is because of the wear and tear. Okay? So that is how her hands became, her fingers became like that. Because she has been using needle. Needle would be very sharp. The tip of the needle would be very sharp. And at the same time, the back of the needle would also be sharp. You try to push it in. Sometimes what happens? It goes in the opposite direction. It hurts in the opposite direction. Right? So that is how her hands, her fingers became red and coarse. Okay. Now she is embroidering. Oh, that we have done now. What happened? In the bed, then she had a son who was suffering from fever. And where was the son being laid? He was laid in the corner of the room. And what was this boy asking her for?
Oranges.
Very good. He was asking her to get oranges. Why do you think he is asking only for oranges? Why not for apples? Yes, he wouldn't see when fever. If we have fever, we don't feel like eating apples. How many of you like to eat apples when you have fever? No, we like to eat all khatta, meetha, because you won't get the taste. You lose the taste, right? For that you feel like eating the things which have more taste, punch. That's how you feel like. So the same thing with the boy. He wanted to eat oranges, because they'll have that citrus kind of taste. So he really felt like eating them, but his mom was not able to do that because she was very poor. His mother has nothing to give him but river water, and so he's crying. See the condition of the woman. She was not having money to buy orange, one single orange for her baby boy. But she was giving him what? River water. Okay, now the little prince says, the happy prince says, "Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt?" So he is asking Swallow to take out the ruby out of his sword hilt. You might have seen it in the animation. She went, the swallow goes over there and he slowly takes it out. Right? So the same thing he is asking him to do, and he is also saying the reason why he can't go and do that. The swallow may ask, why can't you go and do it? Why are you asking me to do it? Anyway, I am leaving to, where was the swallow about to leave? Egypt, right? So he is asking, maybe he may not ask it directly, but he is just saying him that why are you asking me to do it? Why can't you do it? Before he even asked it, the prince himself is saying that my feet are fastened to this pedestal and I cannot move. Because his feet are fixed onto the pedestal, he cannot take out his feet from there. That's why he says swallow to go and give the ruby. What do you understand by the word fastened? Fixed. Fixed at one place, not fixed. Fixed. Yeah. And it's fastened. Children, how do you pronounce it? Fastened. Fastened. Don't pronounce it like fastened. That's wrong. Yes, fastened. Let's go to the next page, page number 30. I am waited for in Egypt, said the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad, he said. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. It is very cold here, he said, but he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. The swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. He passed by the cathedral tower where the white marble angels were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out of the balcony with her lover. I hope my dress will be ready by the time for the state ball, she said. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy. He passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging on the masts of the ships. Let me stop till there. Okay? It would be too much if I will read the rest of it. Now I will repeat again. Kindly follow. I am waited for in Egypt, said the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad, he said. Look at the book. I don't think I like boys, answered the swallow. I want to go to Egypt. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. It is very cold here, he said. But he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. The swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. He passed by the cathedral tower where the white marble angels were sculptured. He passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out of the balcony with her lover. I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball, she said. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy. So now after he explained his condition, what the swallow is saying, he has his reasons, right? Everybody have their reasons. Tomorrow if I call you to my home, will you be able to come? No, you will say, ma'am, I cannot come because the day after tomorrow I have got this exam. Similarly, everyone has their own reasons, right? So the same reason our swallow is also giving to prince. What he says, I'm waited for in Egypt. My friends are waiting for me in Egypt. All of them flew away. How many weeks before they flew? It's been 6 weeks since they already left. But he is still here, right? So he's saying, I'm waited for in Egypt. My friends are flying up and down the Nile. Where is Nile, children? It's in Egypt. Nile river is in Egypt. And he's saying they are so happy. They are talking to large lotus flowers. Soon they will go to sleep. Sleep means they'll hibernate. Because of the cold climate that is being prevalent over the place where our swallow is right now, he is going to Nile because Egypt is a warm country. He is migrating to warmer climates or the warmer weather so that he can spend his time over there, then again return back to his place. Are you understanding? He doesn't belong to this city, children. He doesn't belong to this city. He comes from somewhere. You might have seen in the animation. He comes from a village side. Right? It would be all hay and all. People would be collecting their, gathering their stack of hay and they'll be putting on the bullock carts. That time we'll see swallows swirling around. Right? You remember? Yes. So he comes from a countryside. Countryside means village side. He comes from the village side and he comes into the city because it is night. He tries to stay there. Please remember that. Now, the prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. He is requesting swallow again and again. Please swallow, stay with me for one more night. Just one night and be my messenger. I don't want you to stay here for long. Just one night. Just for the night, you stay here. Okay. So, and he says that you can see how much thirsty the boy is, and you can also see the mother is sad because from the place where the prince is standing, it must be very close to him and the swallow to watch over the seamstress. Then, what does the swallow says? When he says about the boy, he's so thirsty and the mother so sad, swallow soon he says, he just replies. He says, I don't think I like boys. I want to go to Egypt. That's what he says. Why do you people think that he doesn't like boys? I think I like boys. Okay. Then he says, I want to go to Egypt. He again comes back to his own thing. I want to go to Egypt. I cannot stay here. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. So what happened? The swallow looked at the prince's face. How was the prince's face? He was crying, right? He was crying. Teardrops were falling down his eyes. They were rolling down his cheeks. So swallow felt really sad for that. Then he says, it is very cold here. It already began. The winter already began over there. Only thing is that it wasn't snowing. Just like how it has become cold here. Similarly, the condition was there. But more harsh than this weather. But he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. He thought that, chalo, it's already late. Let me get late at least another one more day. It doesn't matter. So he thought, and he also felt sad for the prince. He felt sad for the seamstress and for her boy. So he said that, let me stay. He thought to himself, okay, let me stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Now what does the prince say? The prince thanks the little swallow. Now the swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in its beak. In his beak over the roofs of the town. Now children, some of you are asking me, I don't know whether it is this section or that section. You were saying that ma'am, all living things, non-living things are called its. Anything that you are talking about non-living thing, you will call it as it. But did you observe in this lesson, children? Everywhere swallow is being addressed to as his, him. Right? Did you observe that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is the poet has this kind of very beautiful kind of nature. His heart is very beautiful. That's why he is giving importance to such a small bird like a swallow. Okay, it need not be swallow. Even if he would have described about an ant, he might have given him feminine gender or masculine gender. Any gender he might have appended to that. Okay, this is the thing which you people have to observe. Okay, so you can underline that if you want. So what does he says? Yeah, but he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Whose messenger? In his beak over the roofs of the town. Okay, he took out the great ruby from the prince's sword and he flew with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. Now what did he do? He passed by the cathedral tower. Cathedral means what? What do you mean by cathedral? Cathedral is a place of worship. Church. Generally we will have church. Church is a smaller thing. Cathedral is a huge thing. Cathedral is built in memory of saints. It could be one saint or it could be many of them also. Okay, so that is a cathedral. So what did he do? He flew by the cathedral tower where white marble angels were sculptured. Sculpture means carving these beautiful statues out of marble stone. So these statues were of angels. Now he passed by the palace and heard the sound of dancing. When he passed by the palace, maybe the palace was right next to the cathedral. So he passed by the palace and he heard the sound of someone dancing. So who was that dancing? It was a beautiful girl came out of the balcony with her lover. So there was this girl who was very beautiful and she came onto the balcony and she was with her lover. So what does she say? She says, I hope my dress will be ready in time for the state ball. She's expecting that the seamstresses, whoever the seamstresses were, they would prepare her dress. Her dress would be ready for the state ball. She was expecting that. Yeah, and she says, I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstresses are so lazy. She doesn't know what is happening with people around her because she stays in the palace just like our Happy Prince was. Because Happy Prince, till the time he was alive, he was in the palace only. He never knew the misery which was happening outside. He never knew the sadness of people. He never knew what his town people or what his city people were thinking about him or about his ruling. Right? But he thought that everyone are happy and so he was also happy. Similarly, this beautiful girl who is expecting her dress to be done by the time the state ball would begin, she thought that all the seamstresses are lazy and they are not working according to the time which was given to them. Okay? So that's what she thought. Now what happened? He passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging on the masts of the ships. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired. In he hopped and laid the great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. Then he flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I feel, said the boy. I must be getting better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. Then the swallow flew back to the Happy Prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold. That is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think and then fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. So that's it. We'll stop till there. Let me explain. Now I'll again read the passages. He passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging on the masts of the ships. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed and the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired. In he popped and he flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. How cool I feel, said the boy. I must be getting better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. Then the swallow flew back to the Happy Prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, he remarked, but I feel quite warm now, although it is cold. That is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think and he fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. So after he passed by the palace balcony, he goes over to the river and he sees lanterns. What do you mean by lanterns? You all might have seen. Yes, those are the kerosene lamps. So these lamps were hanging on the masts of the ships. What do you understand by mast of a ship? So this acts as a balance. Okay, and also these ropes and all will be tied onto a long pole. That pole you call as mast. Okay, if this mast is not there for the ship, then the balance won't be maintained. The ship will move however it wants. Of course, you have rudder, which will be attached again, something like that it would be. Like that, that's a rudder. Okay, if it moves that side, the ship will move on the opposite direction. If it moves this side, the ship will go on to the other side. That is rudder. Rudder also helps in maintaining the direction of the ship, but this mast is very much necessary for the ship to have its balance in regards to the wind that is blowing. Okay, that is called mast. So where were the lanterns placed? They were placed right here. Lanterns were placed right here. Okay, so the masts were the place where the lanterns were kept or hanged. hang on the masts of the ships. Now at last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. So where was the poor woman staying? She was staying right next to the harbour, right? Because that is the place where you find ships. Are you understanding? So the woman's house, the seamstress's house, was right next to the harbour. So imagine how the conditions would be. Harbour, I don't think it would be much hygienic. It would be a slum kind of area where she was staying. Yes. So the boy was tossing. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked in. He came into the house and he was just looking inside the house. So what did he see? He see the boy, he was tossing. What do you understand by tossing? Turning from one side to other side. Okay, if you are trying to cook something, you'll toss it over. If you are trying to what do you call that? If you are trying to make bread, if you are trying to heat bread, what do? You will toss it over, right? On one side and then on the other side. So that is called tossing. Means from side to side. Yeah, rolling around from side to side. Yes, you can say that. Yeah, the boy was tossing feverishly on his bed. If people have fever, we won't get sleep. We'll keep tossing from one side to the other side of the bed. And the mother had fallen asleep. She was so tired because the mother was very tired by doing the embroidery work. She was asleep. So the entire house was silent. So in he hopped and laid a great ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble. So she was sitting right next to the table. It was given there, right? The prince, when the prince sees it, the prince describes that I see a woman who is sitting next to the table. So on the table, this swallow, he places the great ruby which he took out from sword, hilt of the sword, right? Yes. Now what? Yeah. So where did he place it? He placed it right next to the woman's thimble. What do you understand by thimble? Yeah. Thimble would be only this much, okay? It could come to your thumb or it could come to any of your fingers, okay? It will be worn onto the finger and that one will protect the finger from getting poked by the needle. You ask your mums, they must be knowing about it. I think I have one here. I should have got it. Yeah. Let me see if I have one at my home, then I'll get it to you. I'll show you. It will be only this much in size, children. It's a cap kind of thing.
A hard cap used.
Could be made out of metal or plastic or anything. Okay. It will have bumps on it. This will be opened. And here also it would be opened. You will wear it onto your finger when you are doing the stitching work. Okay, it could be any stitching. It always protects your fingers because generally they use the thumb and the index finger for stitching. They generally make thimbles for these two. Okay, and you will get different sizes of thimbles also. If you go to market, you can ask them. Yeah. So where did he place the great ruby? He placed the great ruby next to on the table, next to the thimble, next to the woman's thimble. Then he flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. He felt really sad for the boy because the boy was tossing because of fever. He was having great fever, so the boy was not able to sleep. So what did the swallow do? The swallow was making rounds around the bed where the boy was sleeping so that its wing could fan him. When you put on fan, your sweat would be taken out, right? You will feel better. Am I right or not? That's why I turned on the fan. So the similar kind of action you can see here. When the swallow was making rounds all around the bed, the boy felt better. So what is the boy saying? Yeah, then he flew gently around the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. Then the boy says, how cool I feel. Because he was warm till then. He was having the heat because of fever. Then all of a sudden he feels cool. And he says, I must be getting better. Now that his body temperatures came to normal, he's saying that I must be feeling better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. What do you understand by slumber? Slumber means sleep. Okay. Delicious slumber. Why is it called delicious? Is it something tasty?
It is good.
It is the way the author is expressing his sleep. Till then the boy was not able to sleep. So when his temperatures came down, he felt better. He slept very nicely. He slept like a log. That's what he means. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. He was very happy after that happened. So what he did? He flew back to the prince and he said him what and all happened. And he says, "It is curious," he remarked, "but I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold." Even though it is cold outside, even the winter has started and I am feeling cold. Just then he said, right, it is very cold. You can see it in the passages. He says that, I have to go to Egypt. Oh, it's very cold here. See, it is very cold here. He says that. But now, even though it is cold outside, he feels warm inside. Why? And how did that happen? Flying action. That's why he feels warm. Yeah, true that. But besides all of that, he was still feeling cold. He was still feeling cold. See, he says that, I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold. Warm. Where is he feeling warm? It's only in one place, in his heart. He's feeling that warmth inside his heart. Why? Because he helped them. Even though it was the princess ruby which he took over there, but he was a messenger who took the ruby and kept over there. He fanned for the boy with his wings. He used his wings to fan for the boy, and the boy started feeling better. So that made him happy. Okay, tomorrow if you do the same thing to any people, children. If there are so many children who are orphans nowadays, you might be seeing it in YouTube and all. There are so many ads which comes out, right? Donate for this, donate for that. Even in TVs they'll be showing, right? What is it called? Cry, right? Child organization, Cry. So there are so many organizations as such, NGOs as such. But if you try to help them, by sending them some 500 or some 1000, there is this warmth which you feel inside. I'm not telling that that kind of heat which is produced. You'll feel that inside. You'll feel the happiness inside. Yeah, I have helped them with my money, the money which I have earned, or the money which is mine completely. I have helped them. So the same kind of feeling the swallow is having then. Understood, children? Yeah. Then that is because, so what the prince is saying, that is because you have done a good action. Action in the sense not that muscle action and that action. Action is something which he had done just now. Like taking the ruby, going and giving it to the child or to the mother, and then fanning around the child, putting his temperature down, making his temperature come down. Okay. So that is because you have done a good action, said the prince. And the little swallow began to think, and then he fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath. Tonight I go to Egypt, said the swallow. Look at your textbooks. And he was in high spirits at the prospect. He visited. Done? Okay. Thank you so much, children.